Let's move on. During Roman Reigns' backstage interview with Michael Cole, Braun Strowman attacked him, putting him through a table, repeatedly knocking him into walls and pinning his head against a storage block with massive chants to "Thank you, Strowman." When Reigns was strapped up to go into hospital, Strowman threw the stretcher with Reigns on it off a platform, badly hurting Reigns.
The best chant came after that.
What was that?
You deserve it.
I was sad completely.
He said that. The chant was "You deserve it." After
now,
that.
I have to give credit where it's due to a degree with WWE of how they presented this, but they made a huge mistake. Two huge mistakes, in my personal opinion, of how they did this. First of all, we all know Strowman wasn't on that stretcher.
Reigns wasn't on the stretcher.
Strowman was on the stretcher. Second of all, it fell right, and he appeared left when it came back.
I know.
And second of all, where were the crowd?
That was all pre-done as well. You can clearly see it was all pre-done. So the guy in the editing booth, could they not have said, "Lads, the stretcher's the wrong way here. Come on."
Yeah. No, what they did do, that was fixable. That was the bad thing. Yeah. I do give them credit because the positioning of where they put themselves in the stretcher, like where the doctors were, where the medics were, that was perfect.
Yeah. The little cutout as well just made it perfect. It was a seamless transition.
Yeah, give credit where it's due, so I'll give them credit for that, absolutely.
Yeah. That is nothing against that. That was a really good way of getting Braun over, but they don't want Braun getting over as a face, which is what he's perceived as the crowd at the moment.
Yeah, but
they want him to be the heel. And I know what you're going to say. It's Roman's new way of doing things, or how they're trying to book Roman.
It's not even that, but why? It just doesn't make what are they trying to do with Reigns over this?
This is the big problem. You had Roman Reigns beat The Undertaker 2 weeks ago at WrestleMania to be the man that ended The Undertaker's career. To be one of only 2 men to have beaten him at WrestleMania. Obviously, the other being Brock Lesnar.
Right.
The amount of heat he got the night after on Raw. The fact that he only had to say those couple of words.
And took it so well.
And took it so well as well. And he rightly did. He put his hand out and he says, "The air in the palm of my hand right now." And he was totally right. This was the best chance you had to make Roman your strongest heel in the company. Probably you've had for such a long time.
Yeah.
And they brought him back to being a face. Why are you doing this? At a certain stage, I think WWE are just giving us the middle finger and saying, "Ha ha.
This is what we're doing.
This is us trolling you right now.
This is what we're doing. Accept it. But, it's not going to make a difference because you're still going to tune in."
And I feel like there's only one person I feel so sorry for in this whole thing.
Braun?
No. Roman.
Well, the thing
Joe and Toby, or whatever his name is, I finished the Chris Jericho podcast, and as a person, he's a very likeable person.
That's fine.
As a wrestler, he's a fantastic wrestler.
Yes, he is.
The character Roman Reigns is killing him. The fact that he has to be this guy now that is constantly being shoved down people's throats. And WWE, I saw their lead up to Mania, and they were trying to get away from this. They're what's it called? The show that they do with JBL and Corey Graves. It's pardon the interruption. It's kind of like that. But you know the show I'm talking about, where they talk about gimmicks. And they're trying to do it outside of kayfabe.
Yeah.
And they try to obviously say, well, this is what the fans wanted. They wanted Roman Reigns, and now that we're giving Roman Reigns, they don't want Roman Reigns. No, they wanted Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns, when he was part of the Shield, had a cool guy character. Now that he's not a cool guy character anymore, he's being shoved down our throats. And Roman, he's got so much more to offer, even as a heel. Those little bits that he was doing with The Undertaker as a heel, and we've seen when he was with the Shield, are fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why? I know they're trying to make him the next top babyface after Cena.
Yeah.
But you're not going to do that. This is not a John Cena thing where the crowd, or a Kurt Angle thing as well, if you want to go further back, where the crowd would start you suck and or Cena sucks. This is turning into hatred for Roman Reigns right now from a lot of crowd.
Yeah.
From a lot of the crowd. And it's not going to get any better.
It's interesting with this because, I talked about this before. Tetsuya Naito had a very similar situation when he was in Japan. He actually went away, and now he's a heel, but he's by far and away arguably the most popular wrestler in New Japan.
Yeah.
Well, in fact, he is the most popular wrestler in Japan. Because you hear the chants, especially if you look back at Takara Genesis, he got the biggest pop.
Yeah,
and he's supposed to be the biggest heel. It's the roles are completely reversed.
I think the writers and Vince are just living in the back are living in the past where you could keep your top babyface as babyface for his whole career, like they did with Hogan before he decided to go off the WCW and do the NWO angle. And now they did it with Cena. Like let's see a perfect example, okay?
Right.
Perfect example of when heel changes worked.
Right.
The Rock.
The Rock.
Who came back from Hollywood, he was the heel character, and he's still so over with the crowd nowadays, even though he's gone back to face.
Yeah.
If he stayed face, the crowd would have turned on him. Right? Why can't they just do this with Roman? Why? Just turn him heel. Let him work the way he probably wants to work, to be honest. Now, I know he talks about on Jericho's podcast where he's not a face. He doesn't see himself as a face. He doesn't see himself as a heel. He sees himself as him being him.
Okay.
No, I can see that. That's not.
I was going to bring that up point.
That is not you being you. That is you being told to say that. Yeah. It's clear.
Even on Jericho's podcast?
Of course, on Jericho's podcast.
That's very publicised nowadays, yeah. But there you go. But anyway, the cameras then went fooling about despite their best efforts, as I mentioned, with the edits. Strowman then lifted the ambulance onto its side with Roman in it. The chant quoted, "Hey, hey, goodbye." When Coleman, Graves and Saxon were analysing the attack, they reported that Reigns apparently suffered cracked ribs, eternal injuries and a possible separated shoulder.
Which he will come back in 2 weeks. He'll make a miraculous recovery in 2 weeks for payback.
Yeah, and probably beat Strowman the way it's going.